Hello friends, welcome back to virtual session. And today's agenda for virtual session is I want to discuss in details about the data input technique, that is command line arguments or command line input. Right now, after having detailed discussion on the input technique that is called as scanner, where we come to know that scanner is a class which belongs to java.util, and the another technique by which we can input the data from get the input from the user and store into the cache memory, buffer memory, and then redirect to the variable, which is more safer and secure than the scanner, that is buffer reader. Now this class is actually belongs to java.io. Now, after having discussion on the scanner and buffer reader, though buffer reader having advantages over scanner, but in both the techniques, in scanner and buffer reader, program execution need to be halted for data input. It means when you run the program to take the inputs from the user, that program execution need to be halted for the input, and then we make the input. So, do we have any other technique by which whatever the data I want to input to a program, I can directly assign it without halting the program execution? The answer is yes. Yes, we have a data input technique where we can feed the data directly without halting the program execution, and that input technique is called as command line input. As we know that every Java program should have a main method, and that main method is wrapped inside class, and it is of public static void main, and main is always parameterized, means main will accept the arguments. Main will accept the main method is always have the arguments. Main is parameterized. Parameterized means while calling to main, we can even able to pass on the inputs. As we know that whenever we write a Java program, the program execution starts from the main, right? And as I said, main is always parameterized. This parameterized means we can even able to input data at the time of execution environment, or at the time of execution. For example, if this is the code, how you compile the code? By writing javac example.java. This is for the compilation. And after successfully compilation, if you write Java example and hit enter over here, then it gives a call to the main method, right? It gives a call to the main methods belong to example class. Now this array of string you can use for input. Means, like, let us understand, if I make an input AA space BB CC DD EE FF like this as a data, then this input will be get assigned to this array of string. Means internally it becomes like this: string array of args equals to AA, BP, CC, DD, EE and FF. The way we declare an array and initialize the data in the similar manner, this is the way how we can create an array of string, right? Array means set of similar type of data. So at the time of execution of a program, if you feed the data, this entire data get assigned to this array of string. Now if I write the condition like this here: for integer I equals to 0, I less than args dot length I plus plus. In Java, if you want to know the length of an array, now this is an array. If you want to know the length of an array, then dot length is a property. Args means arguments, dot length. Args is a variable. Args dot length will able to evaluate the length of an array. So for int I equals to 0, I less than args dot length I plus plus means as array subscript starts with 0 till the args dot length, I can increment the subscript one by one. So in this manner, if I use system dot out dot println and if I print here gs of I, right, then from the 0th subscript to the array length, I can able to read all the data from this array. So what will be the output? You will get the output means args 0 will hold the first data, args 1 will hold the second data, args 2 will hold the third data what we pass on. In this manner, that all the data which I passed on from the command line will be get assigned to the array of string and we can able to use it in the program. Hope you understand the concept of command line argument. We'll discuss it again. What is command line input? Every Java program have a main method and every main method is compulsorily parameterized, means compulsory it got the arguments. It means whenever we run the Java program, then by default it gives a call to the main, right? So if I pass on that all the inputs from the execution area, that all the inputs will be get assigned to the array of string, and if I just set a loop as it is as all the data get assigned to the array subscript starts with a 0 and till the array length I can increment the data. So I can set the loop like from the 0 to array length, I can read all the data, and then means I can even able to use it that all the data which I provide from the command line arguments in the program over there. So just like the way we input the data by using scanner and buffer reader and then using the program, in the similar manner I can feed all that data which I want to input in a Java programs from the command line. So there is no need to halt the execution of the program, and that all the data get assigned to the array of string and I can able to use that entire data in my program over there, right? So this is the actual basic utility of command line input, and as we are feeding the data from the execution environment, it is called as the command line argument as well, right? So let us understand this by writing one program, right? So let us say I am writing a Java program for demonstrating command input, read n friends name from command line and print it. Right? So I need to import java.lang.star, and that's it. I don't require any other because I'm not using any scanner or buffer. So I will write demo cmd1, demo command line 1 is my program name. So as we just recently discussed, whatever the inputs will give from the command line, it get assigned to the array of strings. So I'll write the first if args.length. Now friends, if the array length is equal to 0, it means we haven't made the input. So I can write like system.out.println no data input, means we haven't input any data, and hence we can terminate the application directly, because if there is no data input we cannot be able to process. So system.exit1 will terminate the program execution, because as there is no data input. But if there is a data input, means if the array length is not 0, then okay, print all data input, right? So I will set the loop like system.out.println. I am going to feed the friends, so friends details, friends list maybe. So for integer I equals to 0, as array subscript start with 0, I less than arg.length. I don't know how many friends names I am going to input from there. So whatever that is what the n means. So whatever the number of friends names I will input from the command line by specifying the space, so that become the array length. So right from the for integer I equal to 0, I less than array length I plus plus, I can write system.out.println args of I will print the subscript number also, and then plus the actual value of args of I, right? So physically it will print args of 0, and then the whatever the data available in the args 0, that it will be print over here. Then I will write end of main, and here I will terminate the class, right? So what is this demo CMD will do? It will read the data from the user. If there is no data, array length is 0, so it will print no data input and terminate. And if there is data input, so it will print all the data, that is friend's name what I feed from the array 0 to the array length over there, right? So let us execute it. So I will store it somewhere. Okay, here to store it. Okay, like maybe D. Save it in the Java test maybe, and demo cmd1, right? Okay, and then switch to the command prompt, switch to the folder, and then compile it, java demo cmd1 .java. So it compile the code, check for any errors. If there is no error, then java demo cmd1. Now if you don't feed any input and hit enter, then it will say no data input and terminate the applications. But if you feed the input like demo java demo cmd1 and feed the input like, as I said, AA BB, CC, DB, PE, FF, whatever, like maybe Amit, Manoj, right? Enter. So here now the friend list, as args length is not 0, so it will process the friend list. args 0 consists AA, args 1 consists BB, so it will print that array subscripts, and the actual elements available in the array over here, right? So in this manner I can able to print the entire friend list which I fit from the command line. You understand what is command line means? Command line means the data which we give the input from the execution area. So that entire set of data which I passed on will be get assigned to the array of string, right? As you know that string is a generic type of data. Whatever the means, like whether this data is in the character format, string format, integer format, float format, double format, every possible data I can able to assign to the array of string. So in this manner string become a generic data type. Why I am saying string as a generic data type? Because all the type of data I can able to assign to the string over here. So in this manner, whatever the data I will input from the command line, that all the data get assigned to the array of strings, and then without program executions I can able to get the input from the execution area, and then I will use it, I will process it in the program over there, right? So hope you understand what is the first purpose of basic purpose of your command line input. Let us try for the second question. Put read n numbers from command line. Now we have to input all the numbers and print some average of them, right? Let us say I want to read all the set of numbers and then I want to perform their summation average of them. So I'll import java.lang.star, then class demo cmd2, right? And then here I will write if args.length equal to 0. Obviously I need to print there is no data input, and exit from the application, right? And if there is data input, then for integer I equals to 0, I less than args.length I plus plus, but I want to find out the sum also, so I will write int sum equals to 0, and then here I equals to 0, I less than array length I plus plus. What you need to do, you need to print the data firstly. So system dot out dot println args of I right args of I, and then you can int n equals to integer dot parse integer, because if you want to perform any arithmetics with the numbers, so that number which is stored in the string format need to be parsed into the integer, right? And then you can perform sum plus equals to n. Sum plus equals to n means it is a short form of sum equals to sum plus n, right? So that all that number get assigned to the sum over here. So in this manner, now here I can able to print that number with the subscript number, and then I can able to convert into the integer and assign to n, and able to add the into the summations. Now I am having that all the numbers as well as the summation of all those numbers. So to find out the average, I will write float average equals to float of sum divided by args.length, right? Now args.length means how many total numbers are there and the summation. So it find out the average of that number, and then I will assign to average over there. So my objective of the program is over. I can able to read n numbers from the command line and able to perform the sum and average of them, right? So let us like print the result. System dot out dot println, that is summation is the like some value I will print, and then I will write average and print the value of AVG, right? And then now my program is ready for execution, so I will save this code by demo cmd, save it in the Java test folder or any specific folder where you want to save it, and then go to the command prompt, use javac demo cmd2.java, compile the code, compile it for any errors over there, then Java again demo cmd2. If you have no input, so it will print no data input, but if you feed the input over there, now I have to give all the inputs in the number format, right? So I will write, like, let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever the numbers list you will give it. So you will give it in this manner. There is no require that you are going to input all the data in the ascending format or not. Any format you can give it. So now that entire numbers what I pass on from the command line, that will be printed here, just 0, 10 and all, right? And then summation is 550 and average is 55.0, right? So if you make an input like any other random numbers like 5, 9, 12, 4, 50, 7, 8, whatever, right? So you can able to print all the numbers period, and then summation is 91, average is 15 point something, right? So in this manner, now look at what we did. We read the data from the in the array of strings, and then as we are fitting all the numbers, I need to parse it and assign to n, and then I able to add it into the summation, and finally I evaluate the average of it, and I can able to print it also, right? So this is the second utility of my command line input over there, right? Now if you want to find, now here I found out the summation and average also, right? So now let us try some another example, that is read n numbers from command line, and summation and average we already find out, and find max comma mean from them. It means you have to make you have to input the set of numbers, and you want to find out what will be the greatest number and lowest number from them. I don't know how many numbers are there, right? So prior we solve the problem of only 3 numbers, so I can compare A with B and A with C. But if you have a set of 10 numbers, set of 100 numbers, then what you can do, right? So I'll be discussing about how we can find out the maximum minimum from the given set of numbers over there, right? So I will write, and I'm going to solve this problem by the command line input. So I will write import java.io.star, because I need to use a system class over here, and I will write demo cmd3, demo command line 3, right? Again, if args.length equals to 0, so I will say no data input, and I will terminate the application from here. But now I want to find out the maximum and minimum from the n values, if there are n entries are available. So what I will do, firstly I will write firstly int max equals to, means if you want to evaluate greatest number, let us say you have n numbers like this, right? So in such situations, what you have to do, whatever the first number in the set, you consider this as a max and consider it as a mean also. Whatever the first number you have in the set, you consider as a max and you consider as a minimum also, and then set a loop. If you find a number which is greater than this, then you hold that number as a maximum, and if you find the number which is less than this number, then hold that number as a minimum, right? So what I will do over here, int max equal to integer dot parse integer of args of 0 means first subscript, first number of the array I will consider as a max, at the same time I will consider as a minimum also, right? Args 0 means first entry, because all array subscript starts with 0. So whatever the data I am having available in the args 0, I will consider as a max also, and at the same time I will consider as a minimum also. And then what I will do, I will set the loop from 1 now, because 0 entry we already assigned to the maximum. So I equals to 1 and I less than args dot length I plus plus, what I will do, int n equals to integer dot parse integer of args of I. Okay. If the value of n is more than max, then max equals to n, update the maximum, and if the value of n is less than minimum, then min equals to n, right? So in this manner, whatever the set I am having in the args, first entry I will consider as a max as well as a minimum. Then I will start my loop looping counter from 1 to array length. First that entry I will assign to n, and if n is more than max, max equal to n. If n is less than minimum, minimum equals to n. And at the end of a loop, if I print, let us say here we print the array elements also. I will say system dot out dot print array contents print system dot out dot print len args. First entry I will print over here, right? And then here I will print the I value, right? With 0 entry you have to print firstly, and then as your loop is starting from the 1 to onwards, so you can print that also, args of and args of, right? So now just compile the code. Java demo cmd3 demo cmd3.java. We'll compile the code and Java demo cmd3 no data input, and if we input the data any random 3 20 6 5 2 90 70 35 6 whatever 60, so you'll get. Now these all the array entries are, we are going to print over here from the 0 to array length, but we forgot to print the maximum and minimum. So here we print system dot o dot println maximum is the value holding the max, and the minimum is the value holding minimum variable, right? And save it again and compile it and run it. You will find maximum is 90 and minimum is 2, and these all the array contents are, you will find maximum is 90 and minimum is 2 over here, right? So I successfully able to read numbers from the command line. I able to assign to the array of string. As I said, string is a generic type of data. Then we able to in the previous code we able to find out summation of all the entries, average of all the entries, and in this code I even able to find out the maximum and minimum. Means if somebody asks you what is the logic of finding greatest value from the array, from the set, or lowest value from the set, so what is the logic? General logic, step number 1, consider first entry as a max and first entry as a minimum also, and then from the first 1 to array length you set another loop, and then if that number, right, which is more than the max, right, because 0th position is considered as a max, so if any number occurred in the list which is more than that max, then update the value of max. If the number which is less than that minimum value, because first number is always minimum, maximum, if you find a greater number in the list, then update it. If you find a lower number than this, update it. And at the end of a loop, if you print that maximum and minimum value, you will get the greatest and lowest from that entry over here, right? So hope you understand like how we can even extract out the minimum and maximum from the array list over there, right? Let us try the last example. Read n floating data from command line, and now I am trying to read that all the float data and find sum, average, max, mean from them. I just change the my like only the data type, and then in one code I am trying to find out the sum, average, max, mean from them, right? So import java.lang.start class demo cmd4 if args.lang equals to 0, no data input, and terminate. Right? And then what I said, first of all, whichever the first entry you are having, like you have to consider as a max and consider as a minimum also. So float max equals to float dot parse float of args of 0. Consider first number as a max as well as minimum also, right? Now as we are dealing with the floating data, so you have to use a method called as parse float, which belong to float class, float wrapper class, and at the same time you can print that system.out.println array contains, that is system.out.println args of 0, that is the value available in the args of 0, and then you set the loop like for integer I equals to 1, I less than args dot length I plus plus, right? And then float n of n equals to float dot parse float of args of I, right? And if n is more than max, max equals to n, but before that you can go with the float sum equals to 0.0f, right? And then sum plus equals to n. As why we are writing f over here, because all decimal values in Java is by default considered as a double. Means if you just simply write 0.0, it will not be considered as a float, but it will consider as a double by default. But as you are assigning this data to the float, we have to mask it to the float, right? So then if n is more than max, max equals to n. If n is less than minimum, minimum equals to n. So at the end of this loop I'm having I'm going to print all the elements also. System dot out dot print ln args of I args of I. At the same time I'm having sum now, so I need to find out the average, that is sum divided by args dot length, right? And I need to mask it with a float. Okay, so now I am having all the data available, that is system dot out dot print ln, that is summation, that is the value of sum, average, that is the value of avg. At the same time I am having the data belongs to, that is maximum, that is the value held by the max variable, the minimum, that is the value of minimum, right? Then I'm having, I can say end of men and end of class also. Now it's better idea to like while solving all the programs to if you can able to comment the program well. Now my target was read n floating data from the command line and perform sum, average, max, min from them. So here I firstly check the array length. If array length is 0 means no data input, so there is no further code use of the further code, so I terminate the applications. And if that array length is not 0 means there is some data available from the command line, so I will print the array contents, I will print array subscripts as it is, 0 the entry there. And then as I said, what is the logic of minimum, maximum? Whatever the first entry you have, consider as a max and consider as a minimum also. And then here you need to sum plus equals to, first entry also you need to add sum plus equals to integer, or you do one thing, okay, you add the integer, sorry not integer, float dot parse float of args of 0, that first entry need to be also added to the summation, and then the rest entries I'm adding. Here you got a sum plus equal to n also, right? So here in this manner you can able to find out the summation, average, max, min of all the array entries over there. Save it in the Java test and go to the command prompt and compile firstly demo 4, right, and then write Java demo cmd4 and pass on the entries like 2.3 space 4.5 space 8.7 space, all floating data, 12.34 space 6.8 space 3.50 space, whatever, so you will find that all the floating values available over here. And then since summation is 38 point something, average is 6 point something, maximum entry is 12.3 and the minimum entry is 2.3, right? You get the correct result over here, right? So in this manner, now from in today's sessions I was just demonstrating you the another input technique, which is means if you want to input the data but you don't want to halt the program execution, so I can better use of a parameterized main, right? What is parameterized main? Means main have arguments, array of string. So whatever the inputs I will do from the execution environment, that all data will be get assigned to the array of string, and then I can, in this manner by writing code, I can able to use it in the code and proceed over there, right? So I hope you understand better the concept of command line input. Now command line input means, again I will repeat that in scanner and buffer reader, whenever you use that data input technique, they need to halt the program execution, right? But here in this case, at the time of execution environment, at the time of command, because we are going to run the Java program from the command prompt. From that command prompt, if you can make the input, and that all the input goes to the parameterized main, and then that array of string will get assigned that all the data, and then you can use it in the code. This is the utility of command line input over there. So you test these all the codes which I am going to give it to you, from this tested code which I am testing with these demonstrative sessions or virtual sessions. You test that all the codes and then try to solve the assignments over there. I am having that notes also on the command line, or on the command line input. You go through all the things and try to understand the concept of command line arguments well over there. Okay. Thank you.